right. Now, that was a pretty awesome demonstration about what you guys have coming up. But guys, first, let me introduce you to Jamin from Planet State Armory. Jamin, thank you for being here, sir.
Appreciate you having me.
So, first off, I think PSA has a pretty interesting mission. So can you tell me, like, how the company got started and really why you guys do what you do?
Okay. So I got back from a deployment, and I was a combat engineer. We're doing roadside bombs. I got a couple of hits, direct hits, and I was a CPA. So when I got back, I had a traumatic brain injury. So years of sitting in front of a computer doing spreadsheets and tax returns, I couldn't do it. And so I was like, well, I really like guns, so I'm going to start a gun company. And that was it. I walked out. The partners at the firm were like, you're crazy, you'll regret it. I was like, that's what I'm doing. And my wife said, you're crazy, and I'm probably going to leave you. Still worked out. And so that's how I got started.
Hey, that's a pretty awesome way, grassroots start to what has become an absolute powerhouse in the industry. That is super cool, man.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as we just saw from that very cool AXR commercial, you guys have some neat stuff coming. So other than the AXR, which I know people can tune into all of this coming week to learn more about, what else are you really excited for coming from PSA this year?
All right. First of all, there's a lot. Yeah. But we for 2 years in a row, we've done a bunch of polls, right? What do you want? And all of that stuff, it's taken way longer than we thought, but it will actually get into production this year. So the AXR is way closer than everybody thinks. And the stuff from the other polls, like X57, I know we get a lot of comments, X5.7, where is it? It's that close. And so this year, like first, second quarter, you're looking at 570 shotgun, master key, under the barrel pump shotgun for AR-15. You're looking at saber bolt gun, X5.7, and then all the other stuff. So I think this is going to be our greatest year ever.
Man, that is super cool. So you guys are known, obviously, for your guns, your amazing e-com platform, which is just, it helps everyone get what they need. Tell people one other thing you're working on they may not know that you guys are involved in, but they should definitely check out.
All right. So because of the challenges with the X5.7, and we bought 2 polymer companies. So we are trying to bring things to market faster. So as people probably see, we're like really ADD. And we come up with a lot of ideas, but getting in production is harder. So we bought a lot of resources to try and bring them into production faster. And I'm hoping that, first of all, it helps us bring out product faster, but the customer gets what they want. And I don't know, so much more. I don't even know where to go from that. But that's been our main focus is how do we have all these ideas, how do we get them to market? And we've invested heavily this last year in that.
Well, you guys are doing a great job, man. And we're excited to see what you have coming. Hey, sir, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great show. Up next, we have men who need absolutely no introduction at all, and yet we'll give you one anyway. So one of my favorite things about working at Forge Relations and with the Gundies is that we are able to support charities. And so the charity that we've been working with the last few years is Special Operations Wounded Warrior, or SOW. And so they do some pretty awesome stuff. And it's an honor to not just be able to have the show bring attention to all the amazing companies and influencers and creators who are doing great work, but also to be able to directly contribute to charities that are uplifting the entire community. So up next, we're going to be speaking to Roy with the Special Operation Wounded Warriors. Roy, good to see you, sir. How you doing? Thank you for being here. So starting off, sir, can you just tell the people what Special Operation Wounded is all about, how you got started, and what's your mission?
Sure. I'm on the board of Special Operations Wounded Warriors. We call ourselves SOW, S-O-W-W for short. We are a 501c3 charity dedicated to helping wounded and injured members of the United States Special Operations community. We've been around about 13 years. It's kind of a complicated story how we got started, but basically a group of guys had a feral hog problem, and they said, hey, I know some special ops guys. Why don't we get them out here and help us with these feral hogs? So we were born at a hunt camp, and that's why our acronym name is SOW, because they wanted a word that had something to do with pigs. So they picked Special Operations Wounded Warriors. We have 3 main missions. We help wounded members of the special operations community by having what we call therapeutic outdoor experiences, such as hunting and fishing trips. We have what we call Operator Reset, which we bring a group of vets together for a week in a residential setting. They get access to experts, therapists, and clinicians. And the thing that you'll see tonight at the Gundies, that's probably our most high-profile mission, is we do service dog donations. So you'll see some of our service dogs on stage tonight. You can check our 990, our tax document. Nobody on our board accepts any pay. Every dollar, the vast majority of every dollar donated goes directly to help the veterans, directly to our programs.
That's awesome. And I can say, speaking for everyone at the Gundies team, we're honored to work with you. We're honored to be able to raise a little bit of money and help out. So, sir, thank you for all that you do. I really appreciate it. And where's the best place people can find more information about you and maybe support the mission?
Sure. First, I want to say thank you very much to the Gundies for making us, again, the featured charity for the second year in a row. Thank you all so much. Thank you for letting us get our message out. If you want to get involved or if you want to nominate somebody for some of our services, or if you want to donate, the only way we work is through donations. It's www.sowcharity.com, SOWW charity.com.
Well, Roy, thank you again, sir. Appreciate it. Have a great show, and thank you for all you do. Up next, two very fine gentlemen who are also providing a service in their own way. It may not be exactly charitable, but we've got Mr. John Lovell and Paul from Warrior Poet Society. Guys, how you doing? Good to see you guys. So, all right. Now, you guys may or may not know this, but AR15.com partnered with us, and they put out feelers. What questions do the people want us to ask? Now, there was a lot of very good questions, a lot of insightful questions, but I felt that the most important one was for you, sir. You've got a impressive background, quite the pedigree, if you will. And what people wanted to know is, was it hard to do all that being as short as you are?
No, absolutely not. I look at myself as a survivor, not a victim of shortness. So I didn't wake up in the hospital after, coming out of a coma. I was like 6'4", got in some horrific car accident. Been this way my whole life. It's actually made me a stronger person. And honestly, like if I were 6'4", I'd be really intolerable. People would absolutely hate me more than they already do.
It's a good answer.
That's a really good.
It's on the box, though. So
that makes sense. There you go. No, guys, but all right. In all seriousness, you guys are one of the premier training organizations in the country. That's an impressive achievement. And so, first off, I'd like to just ask each of you in turn, what is the most, if you're going to say one thing that you would give people as a reason to seek training, to seek that self-improvement, whether that's through you or other reputable trainers. People out there, they're interested in guns. They know they need to do better, but they may need a good reason. So if you're going to summarize it, one reason to go seek that professional training, what would it be?
Man, we're built to be protectors. It's part of the heart of God. It's built into mankind. Let us be good protectors of our families, of society. We got a bunch of sick, twisted people shooting up schools and churches. And I say, let's get really trained and say, not on our watch. Let's stand in the gap. Let's be protectors of the innocent. And I want to be highly, highly effective and efficient as a protector. I want to be hard to kill.
Yeah.
And there's a good added bonus. Girls think it's sexy. My wife, your wife.
It does help a little bit. And
dangerous. She'd be like, that looks hot on you.
That's pretty good. Yeah. And let's be honest, we need all the help we can get.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, Paul, you work with a ton of students. You're out there all day, every day doing this. What is your most, what do you enjoy most in that interpersonal interaction when you're on the range, you're training? Where are you finding your most fulfillment?
Man, I know this is probably going to be a cliche answer for a lot of instructors, for teachers out there, but it's watching the light bulb moments from our students, right? It's seeing them get a concept or overcome kind of that next hurdle that they've been trying to get past, and just watching that happen, man, watching them grow, it's really amazing. So
that's good, because it's the mark of a true teacher. Because the luster of guns wore off for me and Paul ages ago. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't sleep with them. I don't name them. I don't pet them. It's really, you watch a student grow in front of you, and that's the takeaway. That doesn't get old, but guns sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Absolutely. Yeah, well said, sir. All right, so John, you are known for being passionate about many things, not just training. And so I think over the years we've seen you really grow and speak quite eloquently, if I do say so myself, on a variety of topics that are well outside of training. So for young men out there who are watching today, they know they need training. They need to be better men, better protectors. They're trying to they'll be better husbands and fathers probably. Outside of the training world, what's one piece of advice you'd give them that you think is really going to set them on the path to that journey?
Christ is Lord. The Lord saw us dead in our sins, came to earth, put on flesh, lived the life we couldn't live, died the death we should have died, and then offers salvation, forgiveness of sins, and repentance in the name of Jesus. If you do that right, everything else just doesn't seem to matter as much. It's like all things were created by Jesus and for Jesus, so I'm hanging it all up on that. And the Vanity Fair of life just drolls in comparison. I don't care because that one all-surpassing hot truth runs through my bones. So I say follow Jesus.
There you go. Paul, that's going to be a hard answer to follow, but I'll let you try.
Let's hear it. So one thing that we can tell everybody out there, I've got a list, right? It's lift heavy weights, shoot guns, read your Bible, love Jesus, not necessarily in that order.
This is a good one.
All right, that's see, eloquent, succinct. I like it. It's a good pairing. Awesome. All right, gentlemen, I hope you have a great show. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Up next, we have actually last year's Philanthropic Award winner, Mr. Jared Giannis. Jared, Mr. Gundies, how you doing, sir?
Pleasure to see you.
You too. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. I know we're a little delayed here, but I got to say you're looking sharp.
Thank you. Yourself?
Hey, thank you very much. So, as I said, you won the Philanthropic Award last year. A lot of people don't actually know about all that work that you do. And if you don't, you should go check him out because he's doing good stuff. But I think over the years, watching your channel grow and evolve, it's been a fascinating journey. So starting off, I'd like to just ask you, how are you feeling about the state of the Second Amendment in general right now?
I'm very optimistic. If you look at like what happened with the National Firearms Act, the NFA, we are in a better spot than we've been in 91 years. So that we should only look at that positively. I know a lot of people want it gone 100%, but that's the first crack in the armor, if you will. We have a couple issues going on with some of the states where like Virginia's in for a fight right now for the next 4 years, but there's victory to be had there if people realize that we're all Americans and they need to do what their civic duty is. But overall, there's more people. I mean, look around here. There's more people involved than there ever have been before. There's more people creating. There's more companies getting involved. When I see the Second Amendment today, it's a lot better than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a resident of Virginia, I certainly feel that personal fight. But nationally, I know people not living in Virginia, they may not be concerned about those individual states' issues, though you should because they do matter. But nationally, if people need to say, hey, I want to take a little bit of my time and pay attention to one thing, contact my representative, that kind of thing. What do you think is the most pressing issue nationally for people to pay attention to right now?
I think the biggest issue is people need to build that relationship with their representatives and the legislators. That's the key thing. And then focus on what's good to you in your heart. Like I could tell you all kinds of things, all kinds of bills, but if they don't mean something to you, then when you talk to your legislator, they're going to see through it. So pick something that affects you, whether you have a story, if you have kids and you want to be able to defend them or whatever it is, and relay that as authentic as you can to your legislators. You get a better result from them when you do that. But ultimately, I mean, the National Firearms Act has to go, and we're close. We're really close.
Yeah, that's an exciting thing to look forward to. Absolutely. So you've been on actually a lot of very educational videos. I'm a nerd for this kind of stuff, and I love it. Where you're not just talking about laws as they are right now, but you're giving people good context and history of how we got here. And so I think one of the most important things for people to remember is if you want to know where we're going, you understand where we came from. So if you're going to give people a little bit of a reading list, you give me maybe 2 or 3 documents that were written around the founding, but maybe not incorporated into our official founding documents that you think would be a great point for people to start to really understand the framework and how all this is built. What do you think they should read? A couple of suggestions.
The Federalist Papers and the Anti-Federalist Papers. I'm doing a series on that now to help people understand them. It's good to know exactly what our founders were going through because when you read those essays, they're going through the same stuff we're going through right now. You can pick stuff that happened in 1785 and put it into 2026 easily by reading them. And the more we know what they went through and what they did to prevent this stuff, I think the better we're going to be in the long run. There's a lot of people out there that don't even know those papers exist. That was the foundation of this country.
Absolutely, man. That's good. Good plug. And since you're doing the series on that, where can people check you out?
Guns and Gadgets. YouTube's the easiest place to see me, and I'm on all the social medias, but YouTube's my home.
Awesome. Hey, well, Jared, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate it, and thank you for all the hard work you're doing.
I appreciate you.
And we are back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, one of my favorite parts of being a member of the team for the Gundies with charities, but another one is our grand prize winner. So it's an awesome thing we get to do. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Good to meet you, sir. You are our grand prize winner, and congratulations.
Hey, thank you very much.
So if you guys don't know, getting into voting for the Gundies actually entered you into being our grand prize winner. The more times you vote, the more times you get entered. So next year when voting opens, keep that in mind. But basically, one of our sponsors this year is 6 Hours. So a big thank you to SIG for even making this possible. Brings guys like Mark out here, and they get to be a part of the entire event. So Mark, first off, man, what'd you think when you found out you won?
I was completely shocked. I mean, when the phone rang and I saw Forge Relations, I knew something was up, but I just didn't know what. And when I answered and then recognized Will's voice almost immediately, okay, this could be interesting. And then he informed me that I was a grand prize winner and that they were going to fly me out to Vegas for the Gundies.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And how was the travel and how have you enjoyed being out here so far?
So far, everything's been great. It really has. Coming from Southeast Texas to Vegas with this many people is a big shock.
Yeah, yes, sir. It's quite the difference, I'd say, for sure. So, what's one really neat thing you've seen since you've been in town?
Since I've been in town, I guess just the looking around the room, all the content creators and all the supporters of the Second Amendment community, as well as activists such as Eric Pratt over there with GOA. All of us like-minded, pretty much fighting the same fight. And it's great seeing all these people in one room together.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So real quick before we let you go and get back to the awesome party, what's something that you are most passionate about within the firearms community or maybe the 2A community? What really keeps you going and what, got you involved in getting to vote on the Gundies and ended up here?
Preserving our rights is very, very important. And being collective in one voice and not being divided in the community as well as the manufacturing portion of it is very, very important. Because if we start bickering amongst each other, our enemies definitely will see that and they're going to expand on it. So I think one voice, which, like I said, you look around this room and there's tons of voices that all speaking the same language for our community.
Yes, sir. Well said. And again, congratulations. I hope you have a great night. And guys, remember, next year when voting opens, be like this man. Yeah. Vote, win, come out here and join an awesome party. Mark, congratulations again, sir. Have a good one. Up next is a very special lady who I'm very excited to talk to, Mrs. Amanda Mayhew. Here she is. Amanda, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Very well. I'm excited to talk to you. You've done some pretty interesting stuff and inspiring stuff in your life. And so I wanted to first off say thank you for all you do and thank you for being here. And what are you looking forward to tonight?
Oh my God, meeting everybody. I've actually met quite a few content creators here already tonight. I'm super excited because I've been following them on social media and just seeing everybody around in this whole environment has just been incredible. Yeah.
So maybe there are a lot, but maybe they're not on social media. Not a lot of women who are doing what you're doing in the hunting and outdoor space. So really, what got you into that and how did you sort of start that whole journey?
I was actually born hunting and fishing with my dad. So I've been doing it since I was 5 years old. And I honestly had no idea that all of this was out here. So I now have a television show on Sportsman Channel, which is 10 years old. But I didn't know that how I was raised hunting and fishing. And I mean, we did it because we put food in the freezer. And I didn't know about all of this outside of that. Do you know what I mean? So being able to have a voice and being able to inspire the younger generation and women and getting women out there is just incredible. And that's the best part of my job.
No, that is awesome. And, as the father of a young daughter who's starting to get into this kind of stuff, one, I want to say thank you because it is very inspiring and it shows them that, it's not just that they can do it too, but really it's giving them the insight and the knowledge how to do it. It's super cool. So for those young ladies, what's one thing you have an opportunity if they're watching right now to say, hey, here's something to keep in mind, something to do, how can they get involved? Because a lot of people aren't living in rural areas anymore. It can be a little bit harder for them maybe to access the great outdoors. They may be a little bit nervous about it, but you've been doing this so long. I know it seems secondhand to you, but for those young ladies who are thinking, I'd love to do this, but I don't know how, what would you tell them?
Call me. Seriously, I get that question all the time. And my answer is find someone and get outdoors. Tag around, tag around with friends, tag along. There's social media is a big opportunity for everybody, right? And you can meet up with so many different female groups that are wanting to inspire and get you outdoors. So like, just if you don't ask, you don't know. Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, that is amazing. So where can everybody find you?
At justhunt.ca and Amanda Lynn Mayhew on everything. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere.
Awesome. Keeping it easy. Well, guys, if you are interested in getting into hunting and great outdoors in general, Amanda's an amazing resource to look up and a super awesome person. Amanda, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Moving right along to, honestly, one of the interviews I'm most excited about tonight, Mr. Pete Brownell. So, Pete,
it's good to be here.
Good, man. It is good to talk to you. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time, man. I struggled a little bit when I figured I was going to talk to you. I didn't know exactly where to start this because what you've built is such it's an institution at this point within the community, within the industry. There's a million places my mind went, but I ultimately settled on the fact that I know you and your family have a storied and just legacy in the community in general. So first off, thank you for all you've done. But after all these years, what's your favorite part of still being in this industry, in this community?
Oh, favorite part in this industry? Man, I've been in this industry my whole life, 30 years working in it. I love seeing the people here. It's like coming back to see your friends from lifelong friendships, and you get to catch up with them. It's just great connections, just being with the people that think like you and go out and do the things like you like to do, and talk about the things that you watch your families grow up together. It's just an awesome industry to be part of.
Yeah, no, it really is, and you what you've built has made it better all the way around. So, with that being said, what are you most excited about for Brownells coming in 2026?
So Brownells, we've got a lot of new products coming out of the BRN line, which it's a product focus, but probably most important is leaning back into that gunsmith market and that we call it sustainable market, helping people make sure the firearms are maintained, cleaned, and got repair parts available, and all the education and that kind of manifests itself in some really cool gun builds out there right now. So I just love seeing people's innovation as they kind of brag about their work and they show us about it and they go out and shoot it. So we got this Build to Bang program. Yeah. So help people get out there and customize, personalize their firearm, man. It's just awesome to see people's innovation.
That is super cool. That is I love that part of this industry where, you're starting with maybe a similar base operating system and then people just make it their own. That's a very cool thing to see. And you guys enable that kind of customization at a level that no one else does. So
yeah.
That's impressive.
I appreciate that. Yep. We love it.
Well, hey, sir, I won't take up any more time. I want you to enjoy the party. But again, thank you for everything you've done and building what you built, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jay.
Yes, sir. You have a good night. All right. And we are back with a man who needs absolutely no introduction, but does need to reframe the camera because he is absolutely giant. What did you eat growing up?
Oh, say again, I'm having a hard time understanding.
Oh, sorry. You're just extremely tall, and that's all right. I don't feel insecure at all. But no, what did you eat growing up? Because, man, you're huge.
Oh, what I eat? Well, normal stuff. Yeah. Living in Kentucky, possum, that sort of thing, whatever you get your hands on.
There you go. Pretty standard fare. Well, Mr. Hickok 45, you have a absolutely amazing channel. You've built an incredible audience with absolutely your own sort of flair and style. So after all these years of been doing what you're doing, what's your favorite part of still getting out there, seeing new guns and making videos and educating people?
Well, you're right. And we just do our own thing. And I enjoy shooting all sorts of firearms. And that's what we still do. And so my favorite part really is being able to bring out basically any firearm I want, an antique firearm or a brand new modern firearm, and just share it with the viewers, enjoy shooting it. We don't edit the videos very much. And so it's just fun. It's very relaxed. Yeah.
So what did you, what got you into this initially? Because I know a lot of guys in the content creator space, maybe a few years your junior, to put it mildly, but you bring a lot of experience and, like you said, a very unique style to it. So what got you into this in the first place?
Well, this was 2007, and there was really no knowledge, at least we didn't have, that you could make any money doing this at all. So we just did it for fun, decided to bring out a camera. I had been in school for a lot of years, and I know a little bit about firearms, so it'd be kind of interesting to show some things I know about the firearms I have, how you make down a Glock 19. Just really basic stuff. And here's how it works, and here's how it shoots, and just some basic stuff like that. It was just kind of fun doing it. And then before we knew it, about 8 months later, YouTube wrote us and went, "You want to be YouTube partners?" I said, "I don't know, what's that?" So we were kind of naive and even dumber than I am now, and so this sort of fell into it.
Well, you've done an impressive job falling into it, sir. That's good work.
Thank you.
So, all right, before I let you go, one question. If you had to pick 2 guns that'd be your most favorite just to take out and have fun with, what would they be?
Well, I like all guns. They're all fun, but I would have to go with probably a really nice lever action, like a 45-70 lever gun, 1886 Winchester, something really cool like that. And then maybe a Colt single action, 45 Colt, or a nice Smith & Wesson double action, 44, something like that.
Those are classy choices. I dig it. Hey, sir, I'll let you get back to the party. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for taking a minute to talk to me. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
It's Mr. Eric Pratt here with GOA, Gun Owners of America. Eric, thank you for taking the time to talk to me, man. I really appreciate it. So, first off, let's just start for the people who may not know, what is Gun Owners of America and what do you guys do?
Well, Gun Owners of America, we are very aggressive, no compromise gun rights lobby. We are winning battles in the courts, in the Congress, and in the states. And that's what we live to do, is put heat on legislators. And so people come alongside of us, our big grassroots army of 2 million people, and we put them to work contacting their representatives. And that's how we're winning these battles.
That's it's inspiring and it's impressive, and I can speak for everyone out there saying thank you for all the hard work you do. So, as a resident of Virginia, I've got some specific concerns I'm sure you're aware of. But speaking more nationally for everyone out there watching, what do you think is just a couple of good ways that people can get involved? Because everyone says they want to be involved, but then, everyone wants to be a gangster until it's time to do gangster stuff, right? So what are some good ways that people actually can feel like not only they're being involved, but they're actually making an impact?
Well, we try to make it easy for people. So we encourage people to sign up for our email alerts. They're absolutely free. Go to gunowners.org/subscribe. You get those alerts. And, I hear from people all the time. In fact, even just being here tonight, thank you for making it easy for me to take action, because we provide pre-written letters. And let me tell you, that makes a difference. That's how we got the NFA tax repealed on suppressors and short barrel firearms last year, was garnering the grassroots and putting the heat, at times melting the phone lines. But it's that kind of pressure that makes a difference, because when they feel the heat, they see the light.
That's a good answer. I like that. So looking at the ways you are able to make it pretty easy for people to sign up, they're going to be just getting those notifications. It always makes them feel good when there is a win. So I know you just give me 2, but maybe give me 1 or 2 more as you guys had last year, because you did a lot of hard work last year.
Yeah, well, a lot of the victories actually came in the courts. And so it was really nice to have people come alongside us and, just help keep supporting those lawsuits. So we defeated red flag laws in Tennessee. We made Tennessee a constitutional carry state. We, in New York and Los Angeles, both won court cases that allow GOA non-resident members to get permits in those states. So, it's not reciprocity yet, but it's inching towards that. And so, it's these court victories that even if we can't get it in the legislature, we'll take it in the courts.
Absolutely. And so many of these battles are won incrementally. And I know that can be frustrating for people. They just want the easy solution or the total win, but that's not really how the judicial system and the legal system works. And you guys do a great job educating people on that, so they're understanding the wins that you're getting and all the hard work you're doing. So again, thank you for everything you do, Eric. Have a great night, and thank you for taking time to talk, man.
Really appreciate it. Thanks, sir.
We have Mr. John Bailey from Eotech. Again, another wildly tall man. They're going to have to reframe this. JB, good to see you, man. Hey, is that a OGL in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
No, I haven't. I tried. No. I tried. But thank you for the compliment, because my pockets are pretty lean.
Well, that's they're nice tight pants, though. You look good. You look good, man. You look good.
Thank you.
So we've had the pleasure. Well, I've had the pleasure of working with you for the last few years. I don't know what you'd say about that, but we won't put that on camera. But I know, and people have been paying attention the last few days. Eotech released a lot of I think pretty cool stuff. Yeah. So for those who don't know, or those who decided to not comment, thank you. What's Eotech releasing, and what can everybody be looking forward to?
So you're right. You know, every year we try to come out with 2 or 3 products. Sometimes we fail, it's like 1. Sometimes we hit, and there's like 5. And this year is where we hit. So we have a new product in every category. First time in a long time, we have a holographic sight, all aluminum, really badass. It's got shake awake and sleep modes and all that stuff. Called the EXPS 3 HD. We have our second gen closed emitter pistol sight called the eFlex CE. We're really excited about that. It's just a booming market. We have the second gen of our little super short scopes. You know, we came out with that 3 to 9 last year, and everybody was wanting first focal plane. So we did a 4 to 12 in first focal plane. That's launching here. We have our OGLC that finally came out. So all commercial laser. And then lastly, we jumped on the bandwagon with all the suppressors. So we have 3 different caliber suppressors called the DCBL. So it's going to be a great show for us.
Yeah, it's going to be a big year. I'm excited to see everyone's response and see how it goes, man. Well, all right. Good luck. I'll let you get back to all that craziness behind the camera, dude. But thank you. Good to see you, man.
Thank you.
Mr. PSR, print, shoot, repeat. Brother, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Man.
Dude, so finally someone who's reasonably, tall, short, whatever. You know what? We don't have to move the camera, so I appreciate that.
Well, good. Yeah, I'm a little bit vertically challenged, but you know what? Short kings, we fit in small spaces, so I like that.
See, you're compact for... Anyway, so, all right. So for those of you out there watching who do not know who this amazing, beautiful man is, and I promise behind the mask, he's quite stunning. Real quick, tell us who you are, what you do, and really, most importantly, why you do it.
Thank you, Chase. I am PSR, print, shoot, repeat. I have a YouTube channel. I started off doing a lot of 3D printing stuff and advocating for people to, just exercise their right to make their own firearms. So that's what I do.
No, that's awesome, man. And the additive manufacturing and 3D printing world's coming along a long way. Really exciting stuff coming up. So for people who may be a little daunted by that whole idea, kind of like me when I texted you a few days ago about this, can you give somebody some advice on if they want to get into it, they're not sure, what's the best way to start? Forums or websites, maybe some initial products to get into, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I would highly recommend, if you're interested in 3D printing, go check out some YouTube videos about it, and you'll probably get a lot of really great content around it. But if I was going to suggest any kind of printer to start with, a Bamboo Lab P1S. So Bamboo Lab, they make really solid printers. One of the most challenging things about getting into 3D printing sometimes, at least for me when I started, was tuning my printer. And with these printers, these newer ones, doesn't really matter what brand you get, but they're really, really dialed. And so it makes it a lot more approachable, right? For your average layman to get into. And so I would definitely check out that. And never in a million years, go to the website, thegatalog.com. Don't do that. That wouldn't give you any information on, some firearm stuff that you might want to know about 3D printing.
No, we would not suggest that at all. So real quick, before I let you go and get back to the awesome festivities, what is one thing you're working on that you can give us a little sneak peek on? Maybe no spoilers, but what are you really pumped on for early 2026?
Well, you know what? That's a great question. I am so excited because now we don't have to pay $200 to 3D print our own suppressors. Obviously, we have to go through the NFA part and, submit our fingerprints and stuff, which, I'll take the battle. The W is like a good W, but I'd like to see the NFA go away. But we've got lots of fun, really cool 3D printed suppressor content coming now that it won't cost $200 to register or to, get the tag stamp for them. So a lot of cool 3D printing suppressor content on the way.
Dude, that is awesome. Well, hey, man, appreciate it. Thank you for all you do. Guys, check out his YouTube channel, Print, Shoot, Repeat. And, thank you. You have a great night.
This guy's the real champ right here.
Oh, you too sweet. All right, brother. Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
And we are back with Ben and Will, the owners of Forge Relations and the guys who, made all of this happen. Gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to talk. I got to say, it's pretty impressive.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
So for everyone who doesn't know, how did the Gundies get started? And what was that idea? Run us through it.
What was that idea? So my favorite TV show is The Office. And of course, in The Office, Michael Scott hosts something called The Dundies. So the Gundies came from the Gundies. And that was 7 years ago. That's where it started. And here we are today, live streaming on Rumble, which is unbelievably amazing.
So I know you've worked a lot of those logistics after Will had this amazing idea.
Yeah.
And the show's grown tremendously. What at its core, it's always had the same mission. So you run us through like what the Gundies is really about.
It's all about bringing the community together. Like, that's the whole point, right? We want to have some fun. We want to enjoy what we do. Our industry takes itself too seriously sometimes, right? But we also want to celebrate the entire community and these creators and these brands that are putting this effort forth to create content, to bring more people into the industry, into the community. It's all about celebrating that and celebrating all of this as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, so same question to each of you. Each get your turn to answer. What's one thing that you're looking forward to maybe in the future for the Gundies, for the community, really driving what you just said, that mission home?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. I mean, the biggest thing is we want to make sure every year we do something different and a little bit better. When it comes to nominations, when it comes to voting, and most importantly, opening it up to more of the community. As Ben said before, our entire, goal is to bring this community together. We want everyone part of it, support the 2A industry, and that's a very, very big part of this aspect. And of course, make it a better experience for everyone at home and everyone that attends.
And we want everyone to have a voice. That's the hardest part about this, is 19 categories is a very small segment of our community as a whole. So we're always trying to figure out the best way to showcase people from the entire community, the entire industry. And that's what we're always working towards, is how do we do that? So we have some ideas for next year already. We're huge on feedback from you guys as the voters, our sponsors, the community as a whole. We're just trying to improve, because this is for you guys. It's a lot of work. We just have the pleasure of being the ones that put it together for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, personally, it's an honor to be part of the team. I do appreciate it. Yeah, you guys get back to work. Yeah, you're hosting.
The live stream will start at,
oh boy, 11:15 Eastern, 8:15 Pacific.
On Rumble. Don't miss it.
So thank you. And once again, thank you to everybody watching. We're very excited, and we hope you are too. So,
All right, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Roy. So, Roy, how you doing, sir? Thank you for taking the time to be here, man. So, first off, just starting out, tell us a little bit about yourself, people who don't know you. Bring us up to speed on what you got going on.
I'm Roy Harrell. I run the Paul Harrell channel. Hopefully everybody knows who Paul Harrell is. So I'm his brother. When he passed, or shortly before we worked together, I took over the channel.
Yes. And I got to say that Paul's work was inspirational. It really was. And what you've done with the channel has been nothing short of, well, I don't even know exactly how to phrase it, man. It's been a lot to the entire community. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, and so many people in this room really appreciate it. And so can you just run us through, like, what was that like working with him and then carrying on that legacy that he built? What have you learned, and what are you looking forward to?
Well, I've learned that you don't listen to the comments, but that Paul was adored by everybody, and it's damn near impossible to live up to that reputation and legacy, right?
Big shoes to fill.
But we're doing it, so...
Yeah. I think you're doing a great job, and it's very impressive. Like I said, it's been inspirational to everybody. It was a big loss when he passed away, and I know it was tremendously for you guys as well. But what you've done, keeping his memory alive and everything you guys work for, it's been a lot to everybody, and super impressive. So for anybody who doesn't know you, where can they find you?
At hairbrothers.com, or hairbrothersandarms.com. There we go. Anyway, and at the Paul Harrell channel on YouTube.
There you go. Guys, if you've not been over there, go out. We celebrate their entire catalog. It's impressive. So, hey, Roy, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for everything you're doing, man, and good luck.
Thanks.
We are back. Probably. You tell us. Head over to air15.com and jump in that comments thread and tell us how we're doing. I think we're doing great. Next. My God, you get handsomer every time I see you. We have Matt.
Come on.
We have the gentleman from Whiskey and Windage. Guys, amazing work you've been doing. Podcast's been growing like gangbusters. So real quick, introduce yourselves. Actually, you know what? Introduce each other and then tell us what the podcast's all about.
This is my partner, Mike.
Pause.
Pause. Partner.
Phrasing.
Yeah. So this is my co-host, Matt.
And you guys host an absolutely amazing podcast that I've had the pleasure to be on. Thank you very much. But you guys have grown a ton, and you've really been dialing in exactly what you're doing, finding your voice, and really putting out some pretty impressive content. So real quick, for people who may be interested in starting podcasts or wanting to get into all that, tell us, what's one thing you've learned that you maybe didn't expect going into this, but you found pretty important to figure out as you move down this fascinating journey?
It's harder than you think, and really consistency is key. And put yourself out there, get out there. If you want to create content, create it, but make it consistent and just keep showing up. Yeah. Keep showing up.
Mike, what about you, man?
Man, I couldn't have said that any better. Yeah, it's just consistency is key, but it's not about the moment you take yourself out of the spotlight and you put the guest there and you're just the vessel. It all works out. I mean, the show isn't about us. It's about our guest. So if you do that every day, it will pay itself forward.
Oh, that's awesome. So all right, two questions. One, from 2025, you had one standout interview where you think that the people really, whoever it was, just provided some awesome information for your audience, for the community. Who would it be?
Honestly, I gotta say, Steve Morgan at Primary Arms Optics. I really enjoyed that show. He is a super smart man and was able to shed a lot of light on optics trends and a lot of stuff that I really hadn't considered. And I had a great time on that show. I learned a lot.
Yeah. I can't put my finger on one because there have been so many that were just very open. They talked about their success. They talked about their failure. And I think the failure is more important because we don't learn anything over success. So just taking all those little crumbs and putting them into our own life, it makes it better.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well, it's cool. You guys get to not just put on the show, host the show, but you're learning from it just like your audience is. That's pretty awesome, man.
If my advice for a podcast or anything in this industry, if you want to get involved, your niche is what you want to do. If it's something you wouldn't watch yourself, you're not in it and no one else is going to watch it. But if you put something together you want to watch yourself, you'll find your audience.
Well said. That's awesome. All right. So last question to each of you before I let you go, and you got to give me different answers.
Okay.
One person you have on the podcast, 2026, go.
Man, I'm going to say the same one because my boy Sean Ryan's still slacking. So I said him last year, you're in my state. You're a county away from me. I can drive to your house. So, let's do this.
There you go. All right, Sean, you heard it here first. Give Mike a call. All right.
Man, last year I said Sig Sauer. I still can't get anybody from that company to talk to me.
I'm pretty sure there's someone in the room from Sig, so. Yeah.
But I'd love to talk to somebody from SIG. I said that last year. I honestly think it's pretty narrow-minded. I want to talk to everybody. Yeah. Honestly, I love shaking hands. I love learning about new brands. Maybe not necessarily these big legacy brands, but helping spread the word of smaller companies. The little dog out there, Yep. That's an important fight. That's an important message to us. So really, I'm open to talking to anybody. I'm having a great time.
That's awesome. Right. Very good answers. Gentlemen, I will let you get back to the party. Thank you very much for your time. Good to see you as always, guys. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Take it easy. Up next, we have a very special guest. That is the National Rifle Association. So we've got Susanna and Jeff from MAM right here. Thank you so very, very much. So, guys, first off, thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. And for myself and everybody watching, we appreciate everything the NRA is doing.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Be at a party like this, right?
Right? Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. So, all right, addressing the elephant in the room. Last few years, the NRA has undergone a lot of changes. You guys have been listening to a lot of feedback, and you've been making some pretty bold steps. And so if you don't mind, just go ahead and run me through what the last few years been like for you guys at the company, and where you trying to really go in 2026 from a messaging standpoint and from a mission standpoint.
Yeah. So great question. Obviously, it's no secret that the last 5 years have been pretty exciting for us. It's been in the last year or a little over a year now that we've replaced our entire executive leadership team. Obviously, we have a new CEO in Doug Hamlin. We have an almost entirely new board of directors. In fact, we've had huge turnover there. So every executive director in every division is new to that role, although not new to NRA. So we have brought in entirely new leadership across the board in every area. And, the thing is, even though we had an exciting 5 years, we did not stop delivering for our members. We continued to do what our members expected us to do. And obviously, a lot of that was drowned out with the noise, from the media. But we got Bruin passed in that time. We got constitutional carry passed in a bunch of states during that time. We got that Vulo case, which our First Amendment case, that was pretty interesting. So more of that. Yeah. Obviously, we're super excited for 2026. We've got the $0 tax stamp on suppressors. Big deal. We've got our lawsuit, obviously, in partnership with many other great groups that we're pursuing to get it entirely delisted now that dollar amount is zero. And we're just going to continue. We've got all of our education and training programs, all of our conservation programs, our hunter safety, our Hunters for the Hungry, Eddie Eagle, Gun Safe, School Shield, all those things. We're getting back to the basics of what NRA is about and what our members expect from us.
And look at us, our leadership is out there. Doug Hamlin, Executive Vice President of the NRA. All of our guys are out here supporting the Gundies. We have turned the corner. NRA, this is a new chapter for NRA. Same old organization fighting for gun rights, but we do recognize the new media, and this is it, and this is why we're here.
Well, I appreciate that, and I think you bring up a really important point that over the last few years, yeah, it's been exciting, but honestly, the internet will run away with itself with some negativity, right? And it doesn't mean there's room to improve. It doesn't mean there's always not ways to be better, right? But the NRA's been around for a very long time, doing really impressive work, not just in the legal space, but also all the member services you guys provide. I'm a lifetime member, have been since I've been able to be. And everything you guys do across the community, I don't think should ever get lost. That's a very important thing for people to keep in mind. So thank you for that. I just want to, put that out there because again, I know it's easy to get kind of lost in the comments sometimes. And the new media has its place for sure. But, you guys remember, it's not easy doing this job. So, take a second and be nice.
Always has and always will be the number one training organization for police and law enforcement. We train more civilians in gun safety than everything combined. Our grassroots operations, our networks are crazy. It would take you $1 billion to build up those grassroots organizations again. Our friends events, our lobbying. Anyway, NRA's back. We've had a little hiccup. We're turning the corner, and again, we're happy to be here at the Gundies supporting guys that. No longer does the anti-gun media control the narrative. It's these guys out here and us who are saying what we can to protect the Second Amendment and to carry that on for the next generation.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you guys for all you do. I don't want to take up any more of your time because that looks like a pretty awesome party out there. Yeah, but hey, thank you so very much for all you do.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. You guys have a good one. Yeah. All right, and we are back with, well, honestly, I wish I was standing between these two gentlemen because that'd be the meat and a pretty impressive man witch right now. My God, you guys are good looking. Jesus. How they let you in here like this?
What do you think? You think it's this or what, man?
Yeah, I gotta say that's pretty cool. Oh, that's a class move.
Hopefully not soon.
Well,
say not tonight.
Not
tonight.
It is Vegas. We don't know. All right. Hey, Bruno, Blake, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. So if you guys don't know, I don't know what you've been doing, but these guys are with Born Primitive, and what you guys are putting out is pretty impressive. And really, I've noticed recently, it's not just the brand, the products, but you're really moving into collaborating and working with a bunch of companies that's just bringing just a lot of knowledge and experience to the industry in general. And so first off, I want to say thank you for that. And I wanted to ask you, what do you have coming in 2026 that you're really excited about working together from a product standpoint? What can you tell people about? Because what you've been doing is it's pretty awesome.
Let me just start out with right off the bat that me and this guy right here are going to blow it up in 2026. We have a plan. We have so many events and so much we're doing. And you guys seen the way we're doing content. We are not normal. So we're working with other premium brands, and some people just sell apparel, not us. We're jumping our apparel at 25,000 feet. We're swimming it in the ocean. We're riding helicopters in it. And then every piece of kit that goes on us is another premium brand. So we get to showcase the brands we work with. That's the exciting part, is working in industry with industry. Yeah. So what do you think, Matt?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing for us in 2026 is obviously like all the products and stuff that we're going to come out with. But I think we're going to focus on too, like building really strong men and women again. You know, I think we've gotten so far away from that now it's time to lock in. And me and him are together, I think we'll be a powerhouse along with Born Primitive Tactical, and just really building men and women back up to being a workhorse.
Absolutely. Yeah, so one of the things we do and the message we have on our podcast, which is the Hot Wash, is we don't sit there and talk about product. We talk about leadership, ethos, mindset, all the things that make somebody a fucking warrior. And that's really where we're at. So, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm talking about with the content, with the brand. Like you said, you're partnering with premium brands. People aren't just seeing a nice pair of pants or something. They're saying, man, if these dudes are running this, I know it's good. You're giving all that extra education. Like you said, you're inspiring people to be better, which ultimately, in the day, business is great, but that's the important message, right? And it's what the country needs.
I think something that's really cool is back 2 years ago, maybe a little over 2 years ago, when Bruno first started this, he invited us out and we did this like video, photo shoot and everything out in the desert. We were flying around in helos, we're going up mountains, we're shooting, we're running, we're diving, we're dirty, right? And I thought, okay, cool, like we're doing this for content. And then I found out that it was not just for content, but we were testing and evaluating the gear. And I thought at that moment, I said, I don't know any other company that is T&E in their own equipment to this standard. I want in.
Yeah. Well, and some I can say that, having had the pleasure of working with you guys a little bit is it's not just you're taking your own information, your own internal testing. You're looking for feedback all the time. And when you get it, you take it seriously. And that means a lot. That speaks volumes.
We do. And something we've done, like you see Eotech right here. I mean, something we've done is we started out with all the brands we collaborate with are stuff that we have used really on the job. And that's a starting point for you to come in our wheelhouse. And then if there's new brands out there, like I'll throw one out there, Sons of Liberty Gunwork. You want to talk about an innovative brand. So when we shot their AR platform, I immediately became a fan. And now we shoot that. And we are the ones that are putting their weapon system in the full mission profile. And it's kind of cool because they won the SOCOM contract, but the SOCOM customer can't do that for them. So we're for them. Yeah. So.
Yeah, pairing that with an Eotech on that platform, dude, that is just the perfect weapon.
You don't know.
No, I know. No, I do. And it's something special. But it's really one of those things where you almost got to shoot it to understand it. It's, which I know. I hear everyone in the comments. But my money, I get it. But you know what? Something I always say is like, you guys are worth the investment, right? You're making premium stuff. You're working premium companies. At the end of the day, your life and your family's life and the community being better, resilient Americans, it's fucking worth it.
It's just what we talked about on podcasts earlier today. You know, when you kneel down before you leave the house and you hug your daughter or your son or your wife, that is a commitment to them that you are coming home. That's a promise. So it's not, you can't make that promise with a $700 rifle. Yeah. I can make that promise with an optic and a rifle that is, I know is not going to fail on me, and I'll make it home. And when you make promises to your kids, that's a promise that you have to keep.
Yeah, and that's something, I come from 40 years of the no-fail community from the military, and we're trying to carry that forward in industry. We're doing everything we can to make sure that we have that ethos as a brand. And I think that's important in today's day and age, because one of the things I even had to change the scope of our ownership was they started out as a fitness brand. If somebody blows the seam out of a seat of a pair of shorts in a gym, it's one thing. You do that on a combat operation, on another, that's a completely different animal. So we take it very serious. So
well, it comes through in your products and it comes through in the stuff you do and the work you do together. So guys, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, it matters what you're doing, and I appreciate it. I know everybody else does as well.
And thanks for having us here on the Gundies. This is a night for us to recognize people out there in industry. So it's kind of fun for us to give a little back. So.
No, that's awesome.
Chase, thank you so much for what you do for the community, man. Like, I know it's not appreciated enough for what you do for this industry. So a thank you from us and from the rest of the team, man, for real.
It's my honor, brother. Thank you. All right, guys, you have a good one. Thank you much. Mr. Carl Michael, sir, thank you so much for being here, and congratulations on the 2025 Merlin Award. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah.
So, well, first off, very impressive. For those of you who don't know about what that award is, tell them real quick, what's that all about?
It's an award previously awarded to David Copperfield, Siegfried and Roy, Chris Angel, and the headliner that's usually here at the Venetian Theater, Shin Lim. So
like no big deal at all then?
Not at all, not at all.
It's totally cool. Well, congratulations.
It's like a Gundy.
Yeah, hey.
It's the way it's, it's...
I promise we didn't steal that idea. Oh, man. So real quick, I know you're going to do stuff at the award show, and thank you for that.
Really excited.
But magic is a very cool thing, but it's also very mysterious, which is awesome. You want that mystique to stay there. But for people who are interested in getting into magic, they think it's pretty neat. What's a little piece of advice you'd give them, maybe somewhere they could start?
Just like with anything, whether it's hunting, fishing, shooting, art, anything, I think your passion drives you. So I caught the bug, so to speak, when I was about 5 years old.
Nice.
I wrote in my journal when I was 6 that I wanted to travel the world and be a magician. And here we are 30 years later. I performed in all 50 states and 20 countries around the world. So I feel like no matter what you do, if you have a dream, never give up on it, and sky's the limit.
Man, that is awesome. Congratulations. So I heard you're maybe willing to do a little bit of magic on camera for us.
I can show you something.
Yeah, can you show me something? All right.
It's a little tougher. So when I heard there was no mic,
yeah,
it's kind of a little bit tougher when my hands got to be free.
Okay.
How about I try to get in your head?
Oh, by God. Good luck.
In a much quieter environment, not what's surrounded by thousands of people, but we're going to try something.
Oh, okay, well, just fair warning. Last time someone got in my head, they ended up laying on their own couch, sobbing about it. So, hey, go with God here.
If it doesn't work, I gave it a shot.
That's right.
I'm going to try to actually get in your mind right now.
Okay.
What I want you to do is just to think about, let's imagine you go to the gun range.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
You're there. But you get to go with one celebrity. Dead or alive.
Yeah.
I want you to think about that celebrity right now. Think about that celebrity right now. Do you have it in your mind?
I do. One celebrity going to the gun range, dead or alive, in my head right now.
About that individual.
I am.
Right this second.
Right now.
Here we go. There's something really interesting about this. I think that your thought. Eotech started in 1995. This came a little bit after, but not. Who is the celebrity that you thought of in your mind? And I held this, different thoughts went in your mind. Who was the celebrity you thought of in your mind? Who was it? Out loud.
Mr. Adam Driver.
Adam Driver? But when you thought of it, you thought about the character he played.
I did.
See, that's the thought.
Well, that's because I'm a nerd.
And I almost thought this was like a lightsaber. Who was the celebrity that you thought of?
That was Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren was the thought of celebrity in the mind. Although the thought, you said Adam Driver, your thought was really...
Well, it's because I didn't want to admit that I wanted him to come in his costume. It's true. Yeah.
The first Kylo Ren appearance was 2015, exactly 20 years after. Things go in trilogies. And it's weird how things think, but there's some of like lightsaber and thoughts with Kylo Ren.
I have to go rethink my entire life. Dude, man, thank you so much. That's super impressive. I cannot wait to see what's coming next.
Right, because this is always the risk.
That's no pressure, right? No pressure. Well, guys, if you want to see more awesome stuff, remember to stay tuned for the Gundies Awards, which is starting at 11:15 Eastern, 8:15 Pacific. That's how time works, right?
The bar's really busy, so maybe behind.
Maybe behind, but don't judge us for that.
Yeah.
Time's relative anyway. So, hey, man, again, thank you so much. Congratulations on the Merlin Award.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing what you do next.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. The best looking man in Yarmouth, the entire building. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing excellent. How are you, bro?
Man, I'm better now. Better now. So, first off, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Really appreciate it. And for everybody who doesn't know what you do, tell them a little bit about yourself.
My name is Raziel Cohen. I'm known as the Tactical Rabbi. I'm a firearms instructor and nominated today for Firearms Instructor of the Year for the Gundies.
Well, congratulations and good luck to you. How did you get into this?
It's a very long story. Short story is I grew up in a family that was all about charity and giving back to others. So my family had a nonprofit growing up in LA. And what ended up happening is before I even turned 18, we had 14 attempted break-ins and 2 attempted murders on my family because of the organization. And that created a very serious mental shift of don't mistake my kindness for weakness. We love to help out, but it comes at the security of ourselves and our family. So I really got into firearms, started training a lot more, was going all around the country, getting every available class I was available to kind of make a difference. And then that just scaled up to where it is today.
Man, that is awesome. That's inspiring. That the ground a grassroots movement and taking that responsibility, the onus of responsibility, being a better man, better American, more capable for yourself and your family. Dude, that's what it's all about, man. That is super cool and super inspiring. So where can people find you today? And what are the main things that you're offering?
So you can find me on YouTube at The Tactical Rabbi, also on Instagram and any other social media. Right now I do firearms training, as well as security consulting, lockdown procedures for schools and houses of worship of any kind. And we're just trying to be as best we can to make our children safer and our community safer.
Well, and definitely a trend that is unfortunate to see, but it is something we're seeing is increased violent attacks on religious centers of all kinds. And so for those communities, I know working within my own church, and I'm sure you've seen this as well, people want to be safer, but they have hesitation for different reasons. They're not sure the best step to take to start that process of making the physical structure as well as the congregation feel more protected, but actually be more protected. And those are two different things. So if you had a piece of advice for people who are in positions of leadership within a religious institution, what would that be? How do they get started in that journey?
I think a very basic level would be just exposure, which is even if you go to a range with a regular basic firearms instructor who kind of builds you up with understanding different firearms and low caliber stuff, just so you have an understanding that it's not dangerous, it's in a controlled environment, you feel comfortable with it. After that, what you mentioned, which was really important, is that there's a difference between a guy with a gun and a team of guys with guns. Working together is going to be set. Being alone and having a bunch of other guys are alone means you're just a bunch of liabilities. We want to be able to create a structure for the entire house of worship that we will be as effective as a team as possible to stop and prevent potential threats.
Man, that's awesome. And you're quite literally doing God's work. I sincerely appreciate taking the time to talk. Thank you for everything you're doing, man. And one more time, because what you're doing is so important, let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me at The Tactical Rabbi, YouTube, Instagram, and all other social media.
Hey, brother. Thanks so much. You have a good night, man. Now, these gentlemen may look like they're here to do me great physical violence. And actually, I'm not going to take that option off the table. It depends on how this interview goes. But first and foremost, Chris, thank you for being here, brother. And if anyone doesn't know about you at this point, I'd be a little surprised. But for those who may not know, who are you and what do you guys do?
Well, we're Ally Threads. We're a personal identity protection company, so we make anything that has to do with covering your face or protecting your identity.
Yeah. Oh, that was actually pretty succinct. Wow, good job. It's like you own the company or something. Wow. So, all right, you guys have done, I think, something pretty unique within the content creator, but also brand space, where you're sort of bridging the gap between you're selling a product that has a particular service value. That all makes sense. That's pretty normal. But you're also really moving into the the culture, not just influencer, not just content. You're moving into it being a force of culture within the gun community and firearms owners in general. How did you do that? How did you get that? And where are you going to go with that?
Well, I mean, it all started with one simple thing. We all need good friends, right? And so the older we get, the harder it is. So the bridge that was gapped was simple. Let's start connecting people on a personal level. Yeah. And let's bring our company into that and make it personable, right? Like everything we do, we want to be connected on another level, right? And so the team we have makes everything very easy and simple. Yeah. We all follow the same protocol and the same guidelines. And so it's gotten to the point where, all of our affiliate groups across, 25 states at this point have really helped us push, just going out, training, making new friends, and keeping active in the community. So, well, it's funny that you used a social approach to do what is just good old-fashioned human interaction. Says something about where we are as maybe as a society that you taking an old school approach through a new school means is bringing people back together. That's really cool to see, man.
Before I let you guys go and scare everyone else in the building and probably not rob the Venetian Vault, maybe. What are you excited for 2026? What do you guys have coming that you're really excited to do? I'll start down here at the end with you and let you each answer in turn.
So I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear what were you saying.
Oh, okay. So what are you excited for Allied for 2026?
We're excited for, I think that just right off the bat, it's blown up more than we expected it to. So I think we're having a strong community and building that. And I think everyone else feeling that sense of community and that brotherhood. And I think we're going to go from there. So.
I mean, these guys nailed it. Community is everything to us. And just being able to collab with other companies and grow organically is the number one thing that we push for.
Let you finish it off, man.
It's really hard to hear you because we blow each other up for a living.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having us.
Hey, big thanks for you being here. I really do appreciate it, brother. All right, guys. You have a good night. Guys, ladies, for the three of you who are probably watching, thanks, Mom. We have reached the end of our Gundies 2026 red carpet interview and live stream. Big thank you to Rumble for partnering with us and making this entire thing possible. Thank you to Eotech for sponsoring it and for putting up with me for the last few years. And again, thank you to our title sponsor, Palmetto State Armory. Without them, none of this would be possible. Thank you to everyone who's attending, the content creators who are out there making waves in the industry and fighting for everything that is important to you, the viewer at home. Finally, guys, I'd like to take a second to thank you for watching. Remember, the Gundies Awards themselves are going to be live streamed again on Rumble at 11:15 Eastern, 8:15 Pacific. So make sure you tune in for that. Go ahead, pop some popcorn, get a new fresh drink, put on something comfy, and hang out with us because it's going to be an amazing show. Thank you again to everyone who's watching. Remember, all of this stuff is awesome, but at the end of the day, training is what matters, and being a better, more responsible American citizen is our responsibility, and I encourage each of you to seek that out in your own way. And as I close out everything else I ever do on camera, train hard, live free. We'll see you next time.